Hello everybody, this is toyareruss, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the yolopark. This is their AMK series Scourge from Rise of the Beast figure. So with this video we're going to have a detailed look at him in a second, all the parts that come with him. We're also going to bring in some other Scourge figures and some other figures in other toy lines to give you an idea of just how big this guy is. Before we get started, I need to thank Shozy because that's where this came from, and as you can see they got it to me nice, quickly and safely. And also to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. Right, so I've pre-assembled him. I'm going to show you in a second. I just want to show you the box. Obviously, there is some English writing on it as well. This is what he's going to look like. You're going to see it in a second. This is all the parts to build him up. I've got to confess it's not difficult at all. I will show you the instructions in a second. And we've got some beautiful, I was going to say artwork, but I can't tell if it's artwork or actual screen grabs. Either way, it looks fantastic, and I think the box would display really well just on its own. Right, so let's move this over here just to very quickly show you these are the instructions that come with him. And again, you can see quite clearly how easy it is. You've got also here where it's telling you what the articulation is, but I'm going to show you that in a second. And I just wanted to show you this. This is how it comes packaged. And again, just for easy reference, even though this is the wrong way around, this is from the top down, so everything sort of fits. There's his feet, there's his legs, there's his arms, and again the assembly is relatively straightforward. Now you may have noticed there was one piece left in. I'm going to show you that in a second. And it also came with this underneath it as well. So this has got some even more accessories in and some other finishing touch parts as well. So let me take these out, and I suppose just to bring people up to speed who've not seen or heard of anything like these before. So obviously these are non-transforming figures. They are licensed by Hasbro and Takara. That's why they can call them by the proper name. And to be honest, I've got to confess, they are absolutely stunning. And if you're after just figures that look like the characters from the movies, then these, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately just because they don't transform, and I know that a lot of people don't like that, these have got to be your go-to figures, because I've never seen anything like it, as in the detail, at the price point it's at. Yes, you know, we get incredibly highly detailed masterpiece figures, but they're they're coming in now at $200, £150 plus. This is nowhere near that. This is probably a third of that particular price, depending on, if that, maybe even a quarter, depending where you're buying yours from in the world. But I mean, just look at it, look at the detail on it. Now I've brought it closer. We've got the head sculpt there, which is fantastic. Of course, in fact, I can take it off just to show you. That is how detailed it is. You've got the brilliant thing that, again, you can replicate scenes from the movie. If you wanted to, you can kick the mask off, and then this is what this additional piece here was for. So you can then reattach this, nice and simple. You can see the way the tabs and the cutouts all line up, and now you've got your much more movie accurate face when he loses the mask as well. So that's a brilliant little touch. Even the detail into the eyes, you can even see right through to the pupil, the orange and the red. So it's so clever. And I suppose this is just with a little bit more fun. This is what I would class as a modern day action master, purely because it doesn't transform. But again, the articulation on them is just amazing. I'm going to pop this on there so you can see that's a ball and socket, so that means there's full articulation. Neck looks up and down, head will go all the way around, etc. The shoulders will come all the way out to the side, both of these. You can see there's a waist, there's an ab crunch, there's a waist, it's not even a waist, there's a torso, like a chest twist lean, there's a swivel at the shoulder, there's a bicep flexion. This will spin around. I'm going to take this off in a second. These have got individual articulation points in them. The legs, again, hips, you do have a waist. You can see you do have a waist. It's slightly restricted. The legs will kick all the way up, completely, way past 90, way past 120 if you want to put them both out like that, kick all the way back. If you add the knee bend to it as well, of course it'll go even further. With regards to the feet, if you just slightly lift this part up, you can move all this as it is anyway, so the ankle moves around, and then you can lift this up or knock it off completely, and then you've got additional movement there on the front of the foot. You saw how that popped off. That's literally how easy it is to assemble everything together. I didn't think I'd do all the assembling on this particular video because it is so straightforward, and I just really wanted to show you how good and how detailed the figure is. For example, on the sides, there you go, you've got all your insignias: Decepticon, Autobot, Predacon, Terracon, etc. Sorry, Predacons, all of these insignias, all of these move around. It's so good. And although it doesn't transform, look, you've got vehicle tires there at the top of the legs, and you've also got some as well tucked away on the underside there, again, just to make him as screen accurate as you're ever going to get. And you're not going to get a probably more screen accurate version of this. Of course, we haven't got a movie masterpiece version of this figure yet at all. Anyway, let's just show you this. This is the other cannon of his, which this one doesn't have as much articulation in it, but you can put this on again just via the ball and socket or via the ports, etc. This he can hold in his hand. There's even battle damage on this, which is great. Let's work out how we can hold it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite simple. Is it just a case of folding it around? I would imagine so. Or is there somewhere specific? Let me have a look. Where it will look as if it will go through. It could look like it'll go through some of the fingers, to be honest, but to me, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a case of grabbing. Yeah, you can grab that relatively easy there with it. I need to get him to stand up. It's so hard trying to reach around the camera, trying to get all these to balance. Now, the only, I suppose it's negative, but again, it's clever by Hasbro and Takara thing with this. If you're thinking about buying this to display with the Studio Series figures, it is much bigger. It is way bigger than the actual leader class version of him, which you can see there. But again, this is a great figure. This is really detailed, and I was really impressed with it. But this is on a different level. It's completely different level. He's way bigger than that, obviously. And I think the obvious reason, as soon as I say it out loud, because I was thinking to myself, why don't they do it? Why don't they scale them all? And of course, I think it's the obvious answer that, you know, if they did all scale, then a lot of people would probably end up buying these because they are so much cheaper than, you know, this is about the, this is less, a lot less than this particular version. It just doesn't transform. So if you're only looking for something to display, or you're looking for, you know, movie accuracy, as I've already said, you are definitely looking at that particular version of this particular figure. So I see why they're giving it different sizes. That perhaps might be a little more movie accurate. I don't really know, because Bumblebee is really small in the movie, especially compared to Scourge. I mean, to give you an idea, he won't really scale with Masterpiece either, because that's sounding. Then again, maybe he will. I don't know. Maybe he will scale with, but that's obviously Generation 1 Masterpiece. When Bone Crusher comes in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to see how well he displays next to him. So if you're unsure again and you're thinking, will he fit in my collection, there's a G1 figure. There is your Netflix Optimus Prime. So again, Voyager class. It's much bigger than your leader class mainline figures. It's so good. I'm just going to show you a couple more bits of detail on him, because there isn't really much more to say. It's just a model kit, but it's an action figure at the same time. Let's take these out and again just show you the detail on the hands. So you've got the articulation at each knuckle, at the fingertip. Look, they all fold over. The thumb as well is there. There's the detail inside. As I said, you can take pretty much all of these parts off, and it really does just assemble as simple as that. So there's one of the legs that'll slot into position, and the same with the arms. The same, the chest piece comes off, it doesn't open up. It's highly detailed though. It's a great action figure. Look at the detail in the spine at the back. There you go, guys. Not much more to say about this particular figure. I'm going to leave a direct link in the description from Shozy if you want to get one for yourself. I'm really blown away by how good he does look. There you go. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is YOLOpark's Rise of the Beast Scourge figure.